Okay, and you are?
My name's Lonnie.
Lonnie? And you're from locally here?
I'm local, I'm Norman.
Alright, and you've got speech is not money, corporations are not people. And you, sir?
Doug Cage.
Mr. Cage, and you're local?
Yep,
Alright,
born and raised.
we were just having a conversation. We were talking about the fact that another gentleman over there had kind of directed his opinion towards the Tea Party.
Yes.
And we were talking, and I had explained to him that the Tea Party really does not have a single voice speaking for it, and you made a comment to that. What was your comment?
Oh, immediately. I immediately say Occupy doesn't either. And his opinion is very much his own, mine is my own, and yet we're in consensus with each other. And in a sense, I would say that that's what I see in the Tea Party too. I know that a lot of the things that the Tea Party is saying, I can say, yeah, I agree with that, and I'm standing for Occupy. I just want the money out, and then we have to figure it out.
Now, I asked a guy over there a question. I'm going to ask both of you. When you say you want the money out, you're referring to you want the money out of politics, period, regardless of what side of the aisle it's on.
I want people to fight it out in an even way. In an even way so that they can fight it out, figure it out, diplomatically talking about it without the big corporations, whether it's the Koch brothers or whether it's George Soros, anybody, any of them, because they're not any more important than I am, or somebody in the Tea Party is.
And I can respect that, and like I was telling you guys, I was up in D.C. when the Occupy, well, basically when the Stop the Machine,
very good.
October2011.org rally, because at the time the DC Occupy was maybe about 15 people over at McPherson Square. But I was in Freedom Plaza for that, and I was amazed because everybody had to see with the sign saying take the money out of politics. I would pose the question, are you also telling the Obama campaign that you want the $1 billion out of his re-election campaign?
For him. And this time around, I haven't given a penny to the Democratic Convention, and I'm not going to, because I don't see that that's the solution. It's not about a choice between this or that candidate, at least as far as I can tell.
So would it be fair to say that you guys don't necessarily agree with Nancy Pelosi hijacking the Occupy movement and saying that you guys actually represent what she's fighting for?
I'm afraid not.
So
Nancy Pelosi trying to feed into this false dichotomy that we're all either Republican or we're Democrat.
Exactly.
And that's because a lot of people think, oh, well, you're not Republican, so you must be Democrats. It's not the case. I'm an independent person. I'm capable of thinking for myself outside of the two-party dichotomy we have, which they play off of each other. That's really the truth of why we have a two-party system, is so they can play off of each other. Oh, the Republicans are going to do this, so I'm going to vote for the Democrats, not because I like the Democrats, but because they're the lesser evil. And I don't think that's the way it should be. I think that it's more than getting the money out of politics. This is just the nature of the system itself. It's a systematic problem. That's what you have with capitalism, because it's based off the golden rule. The person with the gold makes the rules.
I've got a curious analogy here in comparison. You guys are actually well-spoken for what you're doing out here and what you want to see happen. It's also very organized and very clean. Now, I live here, I come through here on a regular basis, and I know that the group has just recently returned to the park, and they haven't actually been out here 24/7, but it's clean, it's organized. You're not, I mean, when you're asked a question, you actually have a coherent purpose for why you're here.
Oh, one of the issues for me is that when people drive by in the car, they yell out, "Get a job." Excuse me? For one, I'm old enough to have worked, I think it's 45 years, maybe a little bit less, 42. And yes, and this is my opportunity, because I am retired, to say now I can really give myself to my passion and be involved. And I would love to be able to say that to everybody. But, people with jobs and families, they don't have as much time. So I'd like to, in that sense, contribute. And anybody, get interested in the issues. It's not about getting a job. And that hurts. But it's that simplified and superficial.
I think the two of you, and actually the three of you with Guy included, have given me something that I can post this afternoon that will show that, one, the Occupy movement can't be hijacked by the Democrats or the Republicans or anyone else. And contrary to what we see in New York or D.C., where they go out of their way to get publicity because the media is right around the corner. You guys actually do know why you're standing here. You know what you're actually asking people to look at and take a look at. And it's not about going whether you're saying that the Republicans are doing this or the Democrats doing that. You're actually holding the entire system responsible and accountable.
Right.
And I think that's something that people really do need to see and understand.
Guess what? We're part of the system.
Exactly.
We are definitely part of the system, and we've been quiet, and we've been doing our other things. And maybe, well, I'd like to ask everybody to have a little more involvement. Just read the newspaper, at least. Listen to your YouTube videos.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.